Honorable members, Mr. Presiding officers,
Honorable members, prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this Youth Impact Parliament. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the Executive Director of Youth Impact Movement. Endow senators and parliamentarians with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of this bicameral legislature, the interests and wishes of members may be well and truly served, and that good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. Amen.
O God, grant us a vision for this bicameral legislature, fair as it might be, a fraternity of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a fraternity of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a fraternity of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a fraternity of peace, where the Senate and Parliament shall rest on the will of its members and the love for the common good. Bless the effort of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of this bicameral legislature of Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honorable members, you may resume your seats. Honorable members, let's move straight to item 2 on our order paper, which is the welcome address, which will be taken by the President of the Senate, His Excellency Jones Amegashie-Viglo.
Right, Honorable Speaker, our distinguished guest, of whom with protocol, I'd like to recognize their presence here. Seated on the Speaker's dais and at my extreme right is a man that we met in Accra who leads a very important organization called the Parliamentary Network Africa. He is the programs manager of that organization, and he is in the person of Mr. Gilbert Bokete Boyefu. Close to Mr. Speaker, honorable members, is a lady of whom we love, of whom deep within her heart is a mother to students, and not only students, but a whole big fraternity. She is the Dean of Students Affairs of Whole Technical University, and one of the first female professors of that noble institution. She is in the person of Professor Elizabeth Obinim. And also, at my right, we have with us a distinguished director from the National Youth Authority. This man has been there not only to fill that post, but to lead the cost of structuring youth organizations within the Republic. He is currently the Volta Regional Director of the National Youth Authority, and he is in the person of Mr. Yao Samodi. Mr. Speaker, we have with us one of our co-founders who was recently called to lead the youth in chieftaincy, and he is also part of us. He is the youth member of parliament for Agbaxode, and he was recently named and installed Togbe Fiato Agbo. He is in the person of Mr. Raymond Elikem Agbo. Mr. Speaker, our guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have here seated the first bicameral youth legislature of Ghana on not basically on our right, but having these two chambers seated here, we are doing it in a majestic way. Because you can see red robes on your right and black robes on your left. The black represents the parliament and the red represents the Senate. But over here is a joint minority caucus, and at your right is a joint majority caucus. So that is for your attention. Honourable members, it is great pleasure that I welcome you all to today's occasion. Since the inception of Youth Impact Parliament, we have consistently pushed the boundaries of youth engagement in democratic processes and governance. Mr. Speaker, it has served as a platform to nurture leadership, enhance speakership skills, and broaden parliamentary knowledge, instill social values, and ultimately shape leaders of tomorrow. As the Executive Director of Youth Impact Movement, and also serving in my capacity as the President of the Senate, which is the upper chamber of Youth Impact Parliament Ghana, I proudly affirm that this parliament stands out as a beacon of youth dynamism. Mr. Speaker, worthy of note is the unchangeable record as the most vibrant youth parliament in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, in addition to that, we have also set the record as Ghana's first bicameral youth legislature. Mr. Speaker, today as well is dedicated to our females, as it is a day we embrace our females in Parliament. So today we'll be launching the Youth Impact Parliament Forum for Women Parliamentarians. Yes. So it is on this base that I want to use this opportunity to welcome you all to this August occasion, and we hope that it will go as well and for us to mark our 4th anniversary. I thank you and I welcome you all once again.
Thank you very much, His Excellency Jones Amegashie-Viglo, for the welcome address. Honorable members, we are moving to item 3 on our order paper, profile of youth impact movement, which will be read by the acting deputy president in the person of Janet Agbaxode.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Presiding Officers, Youth Impact Movement YIM is a dynamic youth initiative established on April 22nd, 2021 in Ho, Ghana by Jones Viglo Amegashie, Amanona and Raymond Elikem Agbo. It was founded by a group of youth, young intellectual political activists passionate about parliamentary democracy and Africa unity. YIM was born out of a deep-seated concern over governance challenges and the lack of unity across African nations. At the core of our mission is the desire to instill patriotism, honesty, transparency, hard work, selflessness, and dedication among young people, nurturing a new generation of leaders who prioritize national interests over personal gain. We envision evolving into a distinguished virtual youth Pan-African Parliament through flagship projects. Youth Impact Parliament (YIP). Our primary focus is to impact democratic values, good governance culture, and character training among African youth, particularly governance exhibited by many leaders. In today's African context, many young people are disheartened by the mismanagement, human rights abuses, ethnic conflicts, inadequate healthcare and education systems, crumbling infrastructure, energy crisis, and the lack of a shared national vision continue to plague the continent. While some leaders have demonstrated commitment to good governance and African unity, much work remains to be done to overcome these challenges. Mr. Presiding Officer, YIM operates through two key branches. Youth Impact Parliament (YIP) serves as a leadership training ground, developing Ghanaian and African youth in character building, parliamentary procedures, and governance. The Youth Impact Foundation (YIF) acts as a fundraising and humanitarian platform that supports YIM's vision through partnership with charitable organizations and philanthropists. Through focusing on character training, integrity building, public policy analysis, education and healthcare empowerment, democratic participation, constitutional studies, public speaking enhancement, equal opportunities promotion, gender studies, social values cultivation, and patriotism nurturing. Our mission is to cultivate a new generation of African youth leaders characterized by unwavering integrity and impeccable character. We aim to contribute to national development, promote good governance, and foster African unity. Through our initiatives, we empower young leaders to champion positive change and uphold ethical leadership principles for Africa's betterment. Our objectives include fostering character development among African youth, promoting democratic youth leadership, enhancing public speaking skills, creating linkages with parliamentarians and government experts, and encouraging humanitarian activities through collaborations with charitable organizations. By addressing these pressing challenges and equipping young people with the right values and skills, the Youth Impact Movement seeks to play a pivotal role in shaping the future of governance in Africa. Through dedication, collaboration, and commitment to ethical leadership, we believe that Africa's youth can rise to become the transformative leaders the continent needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Janet Agbaxode, for the profile of Youth Impact Movement. Honorable members, we can't be here without taking information on our sister branch, which is the Youth Impact Foundation. On this note, I want to call on Honorable Harriet Senanu Abude, who is the Chief Officer of the Youth Impact Foundation to give us the information on Youth Impact Foundation.
Okay. Mr. Presiding Officers, guests of honor, honorable members. Oh, okay. Please now. Okay. Mr. Presiding Officers, guests of honor, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen. The Youth Impact Foundation was formally established on 22nd April 2022 as the humanitarian wing of the Youth Impact Movement. It was born out of a profound commitment to serve humanity by aligning our social actions with the broader vision and mission of the movement. Youth Impact Foundation's core mandate is to mobilize resources and undertake impactful initiatives that uplift vulnerable communities, empower underprivileged individuals, and promote sustainable development. At the heart of Youth Impact Foundation's work lies a dedication to philanthropy and capacity building. The foundation is not only concerned with providing aid, but also with equipping individuals with the tools, opportunities, and platforms necessary to rise above their circumstances. We believe in empowering change from the grassroots level because real transformation begins with a life at a time. Since its establishment, Youth Impact Foundation has forged partnerships with organizations and philanthropic groups such as Osborne Cares Foundation, Vera and Friends, Seth and Friends, and Cyril and Friends. One of our salient interventions was during the Akosombo Dam spillage, where Youth Impact Foundation tried to mobilize support for victims, exemplifying its readiness to respond swiftly to humanitarian crisis. Mr. Presiding Officers, looking ahead, Youth Impact Foundation remains committed to expanding its reach and deepening its impact. A key initiative currently underway is a donation drive aimed at providing books and pens to selected junior high schools in the Volta region. This is not just an act of charity. It is a deliberate investment in the next generation. We believe that access to education is a powerful tool for empowerment, and by supplying students with essential learning materials, we are sowing seeds of opportunity, growth, and social mobility. We therefore extend our earnest invitation to all well-meaning individuals, corporate entities, and development partners to support this noble cause. Contributions can be made via MTN Momo Pay ID 781-672 or through Momo number 059-8961-417 to Youth Impact Movement. I beg to take that again. Contributions can be made through MTN Momo Pay ID 781-672 or through our Momo number 059-8961-417 to Youth Impact Movement. Youth Impact Movement, no amount is too small. Each donation represents a step towards a transformed future. In conclusion, let me take this opportunity to appeal to our cherished guests, donors, alumni, and stakeholders. Join us, touch more lives. Your support, whether in kind, cash, or goodwill, makes all the difference. Akpekakaka, thank you. Midamwase.
May I thank our beautiful Chief Officer of the Youth Impact Foundation, the Honorable Harris Abude, for a beautiful speech there. It's not easy. I hope you can see the sitting arrangement today. Just to inform you, it has been inspired by the joint session of the Parliament of the South Africa and also the Congress of the Senate of the United States. So we are not joking here. You should know. A dead silence, my people. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, I have the pleasure to now call on the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Adam Usman, to give us the statement on Youth Impact Parliament. Thank you.
Mr. President, distinguished guests of honor, invited guests, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, Youth Impact Parliament stands as a beacon of youth empowerment, fostering leadership, democratic participation, and public speaking excellence. With our growing influence, we anticipate engaging on national platforms and contributing meaningfully to governance and policy discourse. Mr. President, we launched the YIP Campus Club for JHS and SHS at the 3rd anniversary, marking a historic expansion of our mission to nurture civic consciousness and leadership among students at the basic and second circle levels. This club serves as training grounds for future youth MPs and senators, helping to build a pipeline of informed, articulate, and responsible youth citizens ready to lead change within their communities and beyond. Mr. President, in the third parliament, Ghana, in the third parliament of Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana, despite its challenges, we achieved significant milestones. The implementation of a full committee leadership system, the introduction of a hybrid sitting arrangement, and the expansion of constituencies to cover 9 regions underscores its success. Members benefited from intensive capacity building engagement led by distinguished guests, shaping a more informed and proactive youth legislature. The fourth parliament marked a new era, comprising youth MPs from the Volta, Oti, Eastern, Greater Accra, Central, Northern, Northeast, Ashanti, Bono, and Upper West regions, representing a total of 220 constituencies. This expansion reflected the increasing relevance of Youth Impact Parliament, the Ghanaian chapter, and its commitment to amplify youth voices in governance. As we look ahead, nominations for the 5th Parliament will be open on 1st May 2025, extending to all 276 constituencies across Ghana's 16 regions. The much anticipated inauguration is set for Saturday, 9th August 2025, when the fourth parliament will be dissolved, shepherding a continued leadership and refined perspectives at the inauguration of the fifth parliament. Mr. President, the inauguration of the fourth parliament also hosted the launch of the conference of YIP speakers and presiding officers, a strategic platform for high-level coordination among the leadership of all country chapters of Youth Impact Parliament. The conference brings together speakers of parliament and presidents of Senate from Ghana, Uganda, India, Namibia, and Kenya. This collaborative forum allowed for dialogue on best practices, harmonizing of legislative standards, and collective strategies for advancing youth participation in governance across Africa and Asia. A monumental step in YIP's evolution was the establishment of its Senate on the 10th of March 2024, transitioning the legislative into a bicameral system, an innovation in Ghana's predominantly unicameral parliamentary tradition. Following the dissolution of the pilot Senate on the 11th of January 2025, the first Senate was inaugurated, electing the President of the Senate, the Deputy President, and the Deputy President pro tempore. The Senate leadership also includes clerks and Marshal, with majority and minority leaders, deputy leaders, whips, and deputy whips. The inauguration was graced by thought-provoking addresses from Reverend Dr. Bright Adonai and Mr. Raphael Koda, setting the tone for the formation of the 16 specialized Senate committees. Mr. President, Youth Impact Parliament's influence extends beyond Ghana, marking a global footprint. On 11th November 2022, the Uganda chapter was launched, led initially by Speaker Rodinos Aseye of Kangoshi constituency, later succeeded by Speaker Dennis Anemukama of Mbabra City constituency. The Indian chapter followed on 13th November 2023, spearheaded by Speaker Bandaru Shaka from Andhra Pradesh. The Namibian chapter was launched on 22nd March 2024 under Speaker Lucas Ngashipola, while Kenya joined the movement on 24th February 2025 with Speaker Alex Ndasaba at the helm of affairs. Youth Impact Parliament now boasts of 4 international chapters in addition to Ghana, as a remarkable testament to its growing influence. Mr. President, YIP's commitment to bridging the gap between youth and national governance was further demonstrated through visits to Parliament of Ghana. On 29 November 2023, members of the 8th Parliament of Ghana engaged youth MPs in an orientation session and observed parliamentary proceedings at the Parliament of Ghana. A second sitting followed on the 20th of March 2025 to the 9th Parliament of Ghana, deepening this experience, culminating in YIP being formally recognized on the parliamentary floor as Ghana's first bicameral youth legislature. YIP members participated in an orientation session and also observed proceedings of the Parliament of Ghana. Mr. President, a landmark victory for YIP came on the 16th December 2023, when it won the debate competition organized by the Parliament of Ghana to commemorate the 30 years of uninterrupted parliamentary democracy. Financially, YIP sustained itself through dues from new members, donation from supporters, and prize earnings. Efforts are ongoing to secure grants and other financial support to strengthen the initiative. We have no success yet in that, but we are hopeful. Mr. President, membership in Youth Impact Parliament is not by compulsion, by a conscious commitment to leadership and self-improvement. Every youth MP who completes the nomination process must embrace their responsibility with dedication, attend sittings consistently, active participate, and meet financial obligations. While Youth Impact Parliament does not offer material allowances, it provides unparalleled opportunities for knowledge acquisition, leadership training, and personal growth that far outweigh monetary rewards. In conclusion, Mr. President, guests of honor, invited guests, honorable members and senators, ladies and gentlemen, this initiative is a gateway to limitless opportunities. To harness them, one must step forward and take an active role. The future of African youth leadership begins here. I thank you all.
I thank the Right Honorable Speaker for giving the inspiring statement on the progress of Youth Impact Parliament. Honourable members and senators, please allow me to respectfully recognize the presence of one of our invited guests. He is also at the National Youth Authority, he is the municipal director over there, and he also aided us to register with the National Youth Authority right after our inception. It is in the person of Mr. Charles Kwesi Gomenu. I also want to acknowledge the presence of our sister parliaments here. I know that we have here youth MPs from the United Nations Youth Association Youth Parliament. Are you here? Honorable Vixen, you are not part. You are not part of them. Are you not their majority leader? Okay. We also have here members from Youth Model Parliament of Youth Empowerment Consortium. Are you here? Yes. And we also have here representing youth members of parliament in the International Youth Network for UN Security Council Resolution 2050. It's a very long name. Are you here? Fantastic. And also here, our guests, we have here members of the Parliamentary Network African Mock Parliament as well. Are you here? Yes. In addition, we are concrete youth here. That's not all. We have here represented members of Whole Technical University SRC Parliament. Are you here? Prof wants to see you. Prof wants to see you. Yes. They are here. Don't worry, they are here. Our guests, honorable members, we also have here members from the UHAS SRC Parliament. Are you here? You don't know yourselves? Okay. Our guests, we also have here representatives, specifically the Speaker and Clerk of the Nursing Training College SRC Parliament. Are you here? Yes. I think that's all the schools, right? Did I miss any of them? Oh, sorry. We have here students from the Evangelical Presbyterian University College, SRC Parliament. Are you here? Oh, okay. We have invited a lot of people, our guests. And I'm sure they are seated among us. So it is not just Youth Impact Parliament that is celebrating the 4th anniversary, but a lot of our sister parliaments here. Mr. Speaker, our guest of honor, I want to move straight to item 6, a testimony on the impact of this initiative. And that will be given to us by the Honorable Constantina Etonam Afi Agbenowoduga. This your name. You are the only person to properly pronounce it, so I'll leave it to you. Please do the needful. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am Constantina Etonam Afi Agbenowoduga. Testimony on impact of Youth Impact Parliament. Mr. Presiding Officers, distinguished guests, honorable members, and colleagues, it is with deep gratitude and heartfelt joy that I stand before you today to share the profound impact the Youth Impact Parliament has had on my life and the lives of many young people like myself. YIP has truly been a game changer. It has given me the space to grow, to express myself, and to step fully into my potential. From the very beginning, it offered not just a platform to speak, but a place to be heard, to learn, and to lead. When I joined YIP, I had some knowledge of parliamentary procedures, but my confidence and understanding have deepened significantly since then. Through our regular sittings, mentorship from leadership, and numerous opportunities to participate, I have learned to communicate more effectively, navigate debates with clarity, and embrace the structure and rhythm of parliamentary engagement. Mr. Presiding Officers, Youth Impact Parliament has not only nurtured leadership in me, it has absorbed me in it. In this short time, many of us have grown from passive observers to active youth MPs and senators, taking on vital roles such as clerks, whips, majority and minority leaders, committee chairpersons, and presiding officers. Personally, I have risen through the ranks and now serve in a leading role as the acting second deputy speaker. This is clear evidence that YIP provides meaningful opportunities for young people to be equipped and empowered as future leaders. This platform has taught us to be bold. Public speaking, which once felt intimidating, has now become second nature. Through our monthly sittings and debates, we have learned to articulate our views, speak persuasively, and present ideas with confidence. Engaging in parliamentary discourse is no longer unfamiliar. It has become part of who we are. Mr. Presiding Officers, one thing I value greatly is how YIP has brought governance to life. The consistent guidance of our presidents and speakers, as well as the rich teachings from distinguished guests like Honorable Peter Nochukotwe, Honorable Kofi Atto, Honorable Emmanuel Bejra, Honorable Divine Richard Bosson, Honorable Etonam James Flodu, Mr. Simon Avoga, Dr. Harrison Bailey, and many others have deepened our understanding of national governance and public service. We are no longer spectators. We are being prepared as ethical and competent leaders for tomorrow. I am deeply thankful to the leadership of YIP for continuously believing in me and in all of us. I stand ever ready to serve and contribute because this journey has made learning and leadership a beautiful part of my life. Every opportunity I am given excites me because I see it as another step toward growth and meaningful impact. Mr. Presiding Officers, our invited guests, honorable members, thank you for this opportunity to grow, to lead, to serve, and above all, to transform. Ape.
Thank you very much, our acting second deputy speaker, Honorable Constantina Etonam Afi Agbenolawo Duga. I'm sure she's not the only one with testaments. We all have our own different versions of our testaments. Honorable members, I want to respectfully call upon the executive director of the movement to deliver the project status of Youth Impact Parliament, Youth Impact Foundation, and Youth Impact Movement altogether. On this note, let me invite His Excellency Jones Amegashie-Viglo to give us the speech.
Thank you very much, the Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our guest of honor here present, honorable members, please, I hope you all have the brochure. Do you all have copies of the brochure? Yes. If you don't have, they will attend to you. Honorable members, this statement highlights the progress, the ongoing efforts, the future ambitions of our movement as we work towards strengthening and getting all our staffs and our progress. As a matter of fact, through dedication, resourcefulness, and collective effort of our members and stakeholders, we have been able to make significant progress in equipping ourselves and laying a solid foundation for our future growth as an initiative. Mr. Speaker, since our establishment on the noble 22nd of April 2021, since that day, of which from today will be 4 years, we have consistently worked towards acquiring some resources to facilitate the smooth execution of this initiative. Mr. Speaker, as you know, every single month since the time we started this initiative, Youth Impact Parliament has sat to deliberate, build our capacity, and improve impact and become better versions of ourselves. And in order to do that, one by one, we acquire some properties. We have a tripod stand, of which you can see our camera spot on, recording this particular session. We also have 3 backdrops. I hope you can all see the stage. The beautiful stage arrangement you are seeing. It took all of us here coming yesterday to do this beautiful thing here. Want to give it up? Yeah. It's not easy. And it's very beautiful. I wanted to admire myself. So on behalf of myself, Charlie, fantastic. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, as a bicameral legislature, we have two maces, as you can see over there. The tall one is the mace of the Senate, and the short one is the mace of the Parliament. Upper chamber, so it has to be taller, and lower chamber, it has to be short. Yes, for the records. Mr. Speaker, this one, I can't, the words are not coming, but I need to hype it because we are, not that we are the most resourced, but because of our focus, we have been able to acquire an appreciable number of roads. And here am I and Mr. Speaker in our special roads. In our special roads. Yes, so the office of the Speaker has 4 robes, Constantina and then Enoch. They are also in those robes as well. And then Mr. Speaker has a normal business robe, and that is his special robe. And the clerks, there are 7 robes for the clerks, but we are only showing you 2 over here. Madam Clerk, let's see you. And yes, and our deputy clerk. Other youth parliaments don't have this robe. It's our pride. Even some student parliaments, they don't have. Yes. So we are happy of it. And the clerks to the Senate, let's see you upstanding. These are our Senate robes. And we are proud of it. We didn't need 100,000 to do it. But one day, 1 million will come and we'll do more. Yes. Thank you very much. And Senator Janet is in the robe of the Deputy President. Senator Janet, let's see you. Yes. And I myself, to my office, we have a normal business robe, and this is the special robe. So I know people who have not been to our proceedings before would ask, why the mixture of the black and the red? If you see the black robe, it means it belongs to the Parliament, and the red robes belong to the Senate. So that's just the difference. Okay, so don't get confused. We are all on one page. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Mr. Speaker, we also have sashes. We also have sashes. The sashes actually show the designation of our caucus leaders. For the Parliament, the Parliament majority uses a green sash. Can we see the green sash? They use the green sash. So any person you see wearing the green sash, it means they are part of the majority leadership of the Parliament. Then the blue sash, it means they are part of the leadership of the minority in the Parliament. Yes. The orange sash, that means they are part of the majority of the Senate. And then the violet sash, it means they are part of the minority of the Senate. So we don't just do this for the colors, but it helps us to know who is holding what. So these are some properties that we have for now, and more counting. Yes, and more counting. Mr. Speaker, presently, our key focus is to complete our rope project. It's left with 8 sets of ropes that we want to acquire, which is the final set of ropes, and then we end that project. That is the rope for our marshals. We have 5 marshals at the Parliament and 3 at the Senate. So that is the only existing part of the rope project. And after doing that, then we can relax on that part and focus on other projects as I will enlist. Mr. Speaker, we have some future projects that are essential for us to run. The first one is the procurement of a mini speaker, our own personal mini speaker, and wireless station microphones, just as it is in parliaments, those who serve as our consuls, so that we will not be sharing mics anymore. As a matter of fact, we even want to come to a time that we'll have dispatch boxes. If members want to speak, they go to their designated dispatch boxes and speak from there. So we have it in our plans. We also want to have a professional camera for streaming so that we'll stop using Samsungs and Itels and iPhones for that particular purpose. A very big one that when you hold it, it will look like a bomb, a bazooka. Yes, that type of camera. Yes, so we are working on that and we hope for funding to do that. And as well, you can't stream without a laptop. So we wish to acquire a laptop in order to facilitate our live streaming and documentation. And just as well, our social media handles, we need a very good phone for that. And that phone will also complement the streaming as well. Mr. Speaker, beyond these immediate goals as I have enumerated, we have a grand vision for the future, our long-term aspiration, and that is to acquire and construct our own YIP chamber and office complex. It will be very brief, so that I wouldn't come and do stage arrangements again. When you come now, everything is set. You just press one button on and sitting starts. We hope for such a future and we are working towards it. One day, Mr. Speaker, one day, we will come with our V8s and watch the young ones who will continue to run YIP in the YIP chamber. Hold processions. May I say again, Mr. Speaker and our guests, that what we are doing, we are not doing it as fanfare, or it's not because we don't have anything doing, but it's because we are committed to a cause. The cause as Janet read, the cause as Harriet read, the cause as Mr. Speaker read, the testimony as Constantina has given. We are committed to it because we know that it is training us for a better future. And I remembered at the first anniversary when Honorable Etonam James Flulu came, and he spoke to us that we have to be ready as youths. And we cannot sit down there and expect to be ready like robots. What we are doing here is the preparation to be ready for the future. And I say unto you, all of you here, that do not see any time spent here as waste. Our youth, our National Youth Authority directors here, they have been following us. And not only them, but our guests here. And not only them, presiding officers, assemblymen, members of parliament, staff of parliament, including even presidential staffers and all those. A lot of people are following us. Please, the president of Ghana as well. John Mahama is watching you. Akufo-Addo as well. And one day it will pay. So we don't see any time being spent here as waste, but preparation towards our goal. And we are committed to that cause, and we'll do so until we are ready for any future that will come across us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Excellency Jones Amegashie-Viglo, for delivering the project status of the Parliament, the Foundation, and the movement. Honorable members, you have heard it all. So when it's time for you to add your quota to the whole movement, please do, because the time where we have to chase you for you to, add your quota and everything is past. So honorable members, when they say you should pay your dues, please do it and do it on time. Honorable members, as it was said earlier by Honorable Constantina, that the Parliament is not only a platform to speak, but also a platform to hear, a platform to grow a nature talent too. On this note, I want to call on the youth MP for the Ayawaso West Wagon in the person of Honorable Richmond Adam Agbaxode to give us some spoken words.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, invited guests, youth MPs, observers. I'm in the person of Richmond Agbaxode Edem Kojo, a chairperson for Food and Agriculture, and youth MP for Ayawaso West Wagon. I'm here to deliver a spoken word with humor on capacity building. Youth leaders, the mic is yours. The stage is set. The world's watching. No pressure, but yet we are waiting to see the change Ghana is waiting for. But hey, Ablakwa was once a Rocky. Now look at him, schooling diplomats like Cookies and Rocky. And Haruna, the education boss with swagger, proves that when youth rise, the nation gets sharper. Not only that, Ghana is expecting youth like us. We are the ones to take from those that are seated on the seat. But it saddens my heart to see youth of nowadays not willing to bring up things they can do with their fingers. But as it stands now, social media is on a very high and is taking all over our time as youth. What do I mean? We, as youth, we have the power, we have the strength, we have the ability to move mountains. Why don't we just use it, but sit and watch others decide for us? Our voices are needed in this nation. Without you and I, Ghana cannot become the Ghana we want tomorrow. Over the years, I have sat and I have watched my youth members and also my youth leaders trying and striving to bring something to their table. But yet the leaders we have are not the ones that are willing to support our talents or our ideas. What do I mean? If, or as a youth leader or a youth, if you have something you want to bring up on board and no one is watching, no one is paying attention to, I will encourage you to keep on running and trying your best. For your best today may not be seen, but your best tomorrow may be seen. Now, without wasting much time, I will recommend that we all should look at what is happening so that we, when we get to the highest mountain or the highest peak, we won't repeat the same. For one of our founders, His Excellency Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the late. I believe Osagyefo, with wherever you are, he isn't happy with the happenings happening in Ghana. He is expecting us, the youth, to rise, to take over, to stop the bullying, the killing, the striving, the bribery, the corruption, and the taking advantage of the young ones. Please, and please, let our voices be heard, and let's also pray that God will intervene and God will see us through till we get there. Thank you, Mother Ghana.
Oh, please give it up for him. Give it up for him. It's not easy. Had I asked you to come and do it, you wouldn't come. So please, give him another one. Thank you very much, our youth MP for Ayaso West Wugon. Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker and our guests, we also have here present students from Jackson College of Education, if I'm right. Can we see you? Wow. Appreciable number. You are welcome to Youth Impact Parliament. And when the 5th Parliament nomination forms are out, we'll share it with you to apply. Mr. Speaker, we also have in here one person who has visited us before, and he's here again today to commemorate our 4th anniversary with us. It's in the person of Mr. Linford Anderson from UK. He's here to celebrate with us on our anniversary. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. When the youth rise, the nation becomes sharper. Our voices are needed. Without our voices, we cannot get the Ghana we want. That was very inspiring and thought-provoking. Honorable members, I want us to take pleasantries from our sister parliaments and leaders of both houses. On this note, may I respectfully call on our sister parliaments of the whole Nursing Training College SRC Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, guests of honor, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate the opportunity given to me. Youth Impact Parliament has been one of our brother parliament. We are always looking after you as a young parliament, and that is why we always come for your sittings, because we are learning more from you, and we wish to continue learning more from you. I want to commend His Excellency Jones Amegashie. He has been of great help to us since we started a parliament in our institution. I'm grateful. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, honorable member. Then, honorable members, let's move on to Jackson University College.
Thank you very much. His Excellency Jones Amegashie-Viglo, and the Speaker of the Parliament, and honorable members for a great opportunity given me to exchange the pleasantry with Youth Impact Parliament. I must indicate that I've been with the Youth Impact Parliament for a while now, and we have deliberated on various issues that affect youth development in our country. And recently, when we organized a trip to the Parliament of Ghana, I was part, and I informed my SRC executives as well that we are going to the Parliament of Ghana to learn. So when I come back, I'll be having a lot in stock to share with them. Again, last week, we were there when a letter reached us surprisingly that we should come and celebrate the 4th anniversary with them. Actually, we are so very glad to have received a letter from this great parliament to celebrate with them. And me being an MP also in this parliament, it is a great honor to me. So for the whole night, I was so happy because it was a great opportunity given me. My SRC executives are here with me to celebrate with you as well, and also see how we have been operating as a youth parliament. We as university are so much grateful to Youth Impact Parliament for giving us an invitation to celebrate with them. On this note, I would like to thank you very much for the opportunity granted me. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samson. I must say for a fact that this is not only a pleasantry, it's a testament in addition. Honorable members, may I respectfully call on the minority leader of Parliament.
Okay, thank you very much, Youth Impact Parliament. Yes, the name is Robert Fiaonu, standing on the existing protocol, and I'm the Deputy Minority Leader of Youth Impact Parliament. In fact, it's a great honor to be here and to be part of this Youth Impact Parliament. I would say a lot of favor, a lot of glory, a lot of graces that have been collocated around our life. In Youth Impact Parliament is very massive. And if I want to recount some of the blessings that I've obtained joining Youth Impact Parliament, in fact, we can't live here. Youth Impact Parliament has given me the effrontery to stand and speak without panicking. Youth Impact Parliament has groomed me, in fact, has given me another opportunity that I wasn't even looking for. After graduating from school, we thought when you have a good grade and that ends it. But we realized that even with good grade, if there are not opportunities like this for us, we youth to be part, in fact, it will be a wastage. Yes. And the most important one, Youth Impact Parliament has even given me the opportunity to serve on a debate on which we won, which yes. So I want to snappily or sharply say that Youth Impact Parliament has been one of the great adventures so far in my life and in my respected colleagues sitting here. So I will say, Youth Impact Parliament, we thank you so much. Keep doing what you are doing, and one day we will get there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Robert Fiawonu, the MP for Karachi East constituency. Honorable members, it's time for us to hear from the Majority Leader of Parliament.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much, His Excellency. Thank you for the opportunity. Guests of honors, colleagues here present, ladies and gentlemen, I am Hubert Agbaxode, the Youth MP for Akachi North constituency and the Majority Leader for the 4th Parliament. And it has been a great journey for me personally, and I will confess that Youth Impact Parliament has actually transformed me into who I am today. And I was, Mr. Presiding Officers, it fills my heart with gratitude and pride to stand before you today as we celebrate 4 remarkable years of Youth Impact Parliament. As someone who has journeyed with this parliament since its very inception, I speak not only with reflection, but with deep affection and belief in what we have built together. This year's theme, 4 years of developing competent and ethical youth leaders, building capacity, nurturing talents, and elevating female voices, is not just a statement. It is a testament to what we have done, the impact we have made, and the legacy we are shaping. Mr. Presiding Officers, over these past years, this parliament has not only simulated governance, it has inspired it. It has not only debated policy, it has shaped thoughts. It has not only empowered youth, it has ignited leadership. We have seen a raw passion transform into policy insights. We have witnessed timid voices grow into courageous leadership in this Youth Impact Parliament. And we have taken deliberate steps to ensure that our young women are not just represented, they are respected, empowered, and heard. We have created a space where ideas are tested, talents are honed, and ethical leadership is not just an aspiration, it is the standard. This parliament has become a crucible for the next generation of leaders Ghana can be proud of. Mr. Presiding Officers, I once served as a deputy minority leader of this noble parliament, and I also serve as a minority leader. Today, as I serve as the majority leader of the 4th Parliament, I am humbled to have walked this path with you. From our first gavel, as it has been struck, to this very celebration, let us continue to build, challenge, and to inspire, because the journey of raising ethical and competent leaders has only just begun. Happy 4th anniversary, Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana. May you grow stronger, wiser, and ever more united. Once again, the journey continues and the best is yet to come. Once again, happy 4th anniversary to all of us all, and may we continue to inspire one another and hold forth what is right. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hubert Agbaxode, the Majority Leader of Parliament. Let's move to the upper chamber, which is the Senate. May I respectfully call on the Minority Leader of the Senate.
Thank you, and Honorable Speaker of the Youth Impact Parliament. Thank you to His Excellency, the President of the First Senate of the Youth Impact Movement. Distinguished invited guests, Professor Obinim, who happens to be the Dean of HTU, all invited guests, our National Youth Authority CEO and his representatives here, colleagues, it is with much pleasure that I stand here to also share a pleasantry with all of us. Before I continue, I would like us to note this. Today, we are not just celebrating an anniversary, we are actually celebrating a legacy in motion. If you believe that, let me hear you say, yeah. I repeat, we are not just celebrating an anniversary, but we are celebrating a legacy in motion. Colleagues, members of Parliament and the Senate, today we gathered here to mark a milestone, not just 4 years of existence, but 4 years of what I called the 4 P's of our movement. That is purpose, passion, progress, and power. The Youth Impact Parliament was born from a dream to raise bold young leaders who would not only challenge the status quo, but build a better future. In these 4 years, we have broken barriers, and we have proven that youth is not a waiting room for leadership, but it is a leadership in its prime. We have debated fearlessly, disagreed respectfully, and grown immensely. Through every challenge, we have strengthened our resolve to serve with integrity and lead with courage. As minority leader of the First Senate of this movement, I am proud of the diversity of thought that define us. It is in our unity through differences that we find the strength to inspire change. But this is no time to rest. Let this anniversary not be a celebration of what we have achieved so far, but a call to greater action. Let's dream bigger, act bolder, and rise even higher. The future isn't waiting, we are shaping it now. Happy 4th anniversary to the Youth Impact Parliament and the Youth Impact Movement. Our journey has just begun, and our best chapter is yet to come. Thank you so much, and I would like to end by saying that we are not just leaders of tomorrow, but we are the architects of today. Congratulations once again, and may we live long. God bless Ghana. God bless Youth Impact Parliament. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the minority leader of the upper chamber. Let's hear from the majority leader of the Senate.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, President of the Senate, His Excellency Jones Amegashie-Viglo, our invited guests, members of the majority, minority, and then our observers, ladies and gentlemen. Today, our majority leader has just been assigned on an exercise, and so I'm holding brief for him. We are happy to see today 4 years has not been an easy journey. It's been ups and downs, and we've had heydays and then low days. But we are happy today because we are energized to do more and then to achieve great things together. We believe that we are the leaders of tomorrow. And so whatever we are doing today is preparing and guiding us for the future that awaits us. Many have said in their earlier speeches that without YIP, they wouldn't have sharpened their oratory skills and then their leadership skills. Today we are happy because many of us can stand and speak even without scripts. And we are happy to see the likes of our deputy minority leader. We all began from day one, and we can see the improvements of today. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to also re-echo that 4th anniversary should put us on our toes and then should give us the opportunity to remind ourselves that every day is an opportunity to learn and relearn. Many of us would get opportunities to lead in our offices, to lead in our communities, to lead wherever we find ourselves. Because of Youth Impact Parliament, some of us are leading at the traditional helms. Because of Youth Impact Parliament, some of us have been graciously honored to serve in the government's assembly for this year and then the years that await us. And many of us are here who are leading at our various institutions and schools. I think that we ought to hold high the values of integrity, the value of accountability, the values of honesty, because posterity will judge us all one day. Ladies and gentlemen, we would end on this premise and say, let us lead with utmost integrity as tomorrow will judge us. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, may I thank my brother, Todwe Fiato Agbo. Is he the first or the second? The second. Yes. For doing a yeoman's job. Mr. Speaker, as an international group, as you know, we have 4 additional chapters to Ghana. That is YIP Uganda, YIP India, YIP Namibia, and YIP Kenya. To give it up for us. Very soon, we will land in the United Kingdom. Mr. Speaker, in order to pick that spirit, I want to call on one good friend of ours who came from the United Kingdom to just share a short remarks on our anniversary. And from him sharing, YIP will some way somehow find its way in the UK. On that note, may I call on Mr. Linford Anderson who is retired from the UK, to speak with us. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, His Excellency of the House, it is indeed a privilege to stand before you. I am almost a foreigner, not quite. I've repatriated to Ghana. I live here. I'm not going anywhere. So increasingly, I will see myself as less and less of a foreigner, more and more as a citizen and a brother. So I am Linford Anderson. I'm here with my wife. We are senior members of a group of diasporans, about 25 of us who are building homes here in Ho. We are preparing the way for our children to join us. But as elders, we are pioneers. It should be the other way around. It should be the young people who are doing the pioneering. But apparently, us baby boomers still have a role to play. I note that the evolution of parliamentary democracy in the UK began as a medieval assembly of noblemen and representatives of towns to become the very modern machine that we know today as parliamentary democracy, with parliament central and also the constitutional monarchy. I make that point because I want to acknowledge that the nobility of all of you here. The single most important piece of advice I could give myself and my people and my children is to speak life. I believe it would be a revolutionary act to pull together a group of people who have the ability to listen before they speak. If I may leave you with this scripture, Proverbs 18:13, I believe it is, look it up. It says it is foolish to speak before you have heard what is being said. And I observe that it's epidemic among some of our people throughout the diaspora and on the continent that we can't conduct ourselves in constructive debate. So I applaud you and commend you in this achievement. This is a revolutionary act that you are able to communicate, disagree, and agree. To that revolutionary act, I would like to add my own. I am praying that the Most High will enable me and my diasporan brothers and sisters who have made Ghana our home, afford us the privilege of enabling, in fundraising terms, your great effort. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Linford, for a brilliant delivery. I'm sure my colleagues are not yet accustomed to the accent. So some of them, instead of hearing, they were trying to look to see whether they can understand it. But I pray thee that very soon you two go to UK some, and if the next week you are speaking that accent to me, I won't say anything. Thank you very much, Mr. Linford. We are grateful and we hope for more collaboration subsequently. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, our guests, we have now reached the time of celebrating our women. And it is because of you. That is why, whether by clinking or crankra, we needed to ensure that Professor Obinim is here. Because she needs to experience this and launch this particular forum for us. Prof, the day has come. As you know, today we are launching our YIP Forum of Women Parliamentarians. And in order for us to properly launch this, I think it is wise that you know what the forum is. May I, on this note, invite the Honorable Xavier Fafali Aku Sata, who is the incoming interim vice chairperson, actions for the forum, to introduce to you by sharing on you a short briefing on what the forum is. Xavier, as you see, was the former provincial UHAS SRC president. So she's not just young and beautiful, she's as well heavy. Thank you.
Mr. Presiding Officers, our distinguished guests here, honorable members, I am pleased to introduce to you the Youth Impact Parliament Forum of Women Parliamentarians, a vibrant strategic organ within the Youth Impact Parliament. This forum is established with the core mission of promoting gender equality, advocating for the empowerment of women and girls, and encouraging the active participation of women in parliamentary and leadership processes. The Youth Impact Forum of Women Parliamentarians spans all nations chapters under the Youth Impact Parliament, creating an unified space for women across countries to connect, share, and lead. The forum is driven by several key objectives. Firstly, it champions progressive policies that enhance the rights and well-being of women and girls. It also promotes gender-inclusive legislation and parliamentary reforms that drive equity. Another core function of the forum is to provide mentorship and leadership training, ensuring that young women in the Youth Impact Parliament are equipped with the confidence and skills necessary for effective governance. Additionally, it serves as a platform for dialogue, peer support, and networking, helping to foster a strong sense of unity and solidarity among women parliamentarians. The forum also collaborates with internal and external stakeholders to promote initiatives that support women's leadership and development. Mr. Presiding Officers, the membership in the forum is automatically for all female Youth Impact Parliament members, regardless of country. In addition, honorary associate membership may be extended to male allies who are committed to the cause of gender equality and actively support the forum's work. The forum is led by a structured leadership. This includes a chairperson who provides overall guidance, a vice chairperson affairs, also serves as the secretary and vice chairperson actions, who also serves as the organizer. There are ex-officio representatives from Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana Senate and Parliament, as well as from Kenya and Uganda. Ensure that each chapter's concerns are fully integrated into the forum's agenda. Leadership appointments are renewed annually, except for the ex-officio roles. Mr. Presiding Officers, the Youth Impact Parliament Forum of Women Parliamentarians shall hold quarterly meetings to review activities and set new strategies. Emergency meetings can be convened when needed, and decisions are made through consensus or by a simple majority vote. Finally, the forum will actively partner with civil society, governmental agencies, and international organizations to amplify its impacts. It submits an annual report and conducts biannual reviews of its operations. Any internal issues requiring higher attention are escalated to the Youth Impact Parliament Executive Board. Together, the Youth Impact Parliament Forum of Women Parliamentarians is sharing the future of inclusive governance, ensuring women are just not presented but powerful in shaping the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sylvia Sakpa, who is the incoming interim vice chairperson of the forum. Honorable members, without wasting much time, it's my distinguished honor to introduce the interim leadership of the Women Forum. Honorable members, may I call on Honorable Kendall Elizabeth Mante, who will serve as the chairperson of the forum. Honorable Janet Agbalenyo, who will serve as the vice chairperson affairs of the forum. As stated earlier, Honorable Sylvia Fafali Akusapa will serve as the vice chairperson actions of the forum. We have ex-official members. We have Honorable Chidima Ayale Wench. She is the Senate Committee Chairperson on Gender. We have the House Committee, the Chairperson of the Committee on Gender and Children Affairs of Parliament, Honorable Celestine Kumaga, as an ex-official member. We have a representative from Uganda chapter in the person of Honorable Ruth Mbanza. And the last but not the least, Honorable Lucy Akot, a representative from the Kenya chapter as the last ex-official member. Honorable members, I introduce to you the leadership of the Women Forum. Thank you.
Oh, please, won't you give them the wave? Yes, we have the women. Don't we have them? Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? And they're very beautiful, right? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen here, as Mr. Speaker has rightfully introduced to you, these are our interim leadership for our novel YIP Women in Parliament Forum. So I would now like to call on our guest, our only female guest here, Professor Elizabeth Obinim, to launch the forum for us. And from that launch, it means they are accordingly sworn in to take office immediately. Thank you.
Thank you so much. May I stand on all protocols that existed so that I can carry on smoothly? Thank you. Mr. President, now that our female leaders are here, I'd like to use this opportunity to launch the female caucus in the Youth Parliament. So it is duly launched.
Yeah, so please, the leaders of the House and the women, come and shake your leaders. Let's do it in that exercise quickly. It's not easy.
You have to follow them. Yes. I just want to say something before I sit down. My only disappointment is that the ladies here are just few. So next time, Mr. President,
Yes, please.
make sure there are a lot more ladies
I agree.
before you invite me.
Oh, that's funny. Thank you so much. Oh, Abigail, won't you shake them? Won't you? Is this not amazing? Yes, 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 yes. Yes. And we are really happy with this because we want more women in Youth Impact Parliament. So all the ladies that have entered this chamber, please, you are not living here as an observer. Take note of that. I almost said take that note. But you can still take that note. You are not living here without being a member of this house. So the Jackson executives and other guests being invited here that are females, please, automatically you are part of them. So I'm sure your chairperson will work on that. May I on this note invite our pioneering chairperson, the Honorable Kendall Elizabeth Mante, to give the acceptance speech on behalf of the entire forum. Thank you.
Acceptance speech delivered by Honorable Kendall Elizabeth Mante, Youth MP for the Miabra Obom constituency and Chairperson for Forum of Women Parliamentarians, Youth Impact Parliament. Kofi Annan, a former UN General Secretary, once said, "There is no tool for development more effective than the empowerment of women." Presiding officers, esteemed patrons, honorable members, distinguished guests, fellow parliamentarians, and friends, good afternoon. A quote by Barack Obama, the former president of the United States, says, "We need to keep changing the attitude of raising our girls to be demure and our boys to be assertive." I am truly honored and humbled to stand before you today as I accept the honor of serving as chairperson of the Forum of Women Parliamentarians, Youth Impact Parliament. This moment is not just a personal milestone, but a shared victory, a movement for us all. It belongs to every young woman who has ever dared to raise her voice, to every leader who has dared to lead, to every dreamer who believes in the power of women to change the narrative and to challenge the norms. A popular quote from Eleanor Roosevelt, the former First Lady of the US and a human rights advocate, once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Today, I see this as a dream come true. For the past 6 years, I have had the honor and responsibility of leading women in various capacities, from being the Women's Commissioner of Ho Technical University, SRC, 2019-2020, to becoming the President and Vice President of Sisterhood Ghana, moving forward to becoming the Programs and Projects Lead at Sonia Osborne Foundation, and currently the Youth Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection under the IYN UNSCR 2250. I have witnessed firsthand the courage, resilience, and brilliance that women bring to the table. We have broken barriers, challenged norms, and made our presence felt in spaces that once doubted us. I am proud of what we have achieved together, but I am even more excited about what lies ahead. This new opportunity is more than just a title. It is a call to action. Today, I proudly introduce my interim leadership. Senator Janet Agbalenyo, Vice President Affairs. Honorable Xavier Fafali Aku Saku, Vice Chairperson Actions. Senator Chidinma Anyalwechi, ex-officio Rep of YIP Ghana Senate. Honorable Ruth Imbanzi, ex-officio Rep of YIP Uganda. Honorable Lucy Akoth, ex-officio Rep of YIP Kenya. Together, we are committed to amplifying voices, driving policy change, and creating a platform where women parliamentarians thrive and mentor others. It is a reminder that our work is far from over. Yes, we have come a long way, but too many young women still sit on the sideline, unheard and unseen. Too many voices are still silenced by the systems that were never built with them in mind. My vision as chairperson is to change that. Yes, to amplify, to advocate, and to act. I envision a youth impact parliament where young women feel empowered to lead, not just in the name, but in influence. A parliament where mentorship and collaboration thrive, where policy is shaped by those who live its consequences, where our conversations go beyond representations and reach the hearts of real empowerment. I am committed to working with each one of you to create spaces where our sisters can stand tall without apology, where leadership is not based on gender, but on vision, integrity, and the desire to serve. To the women who have walked this path with me over the last 6 years, thank you. Your strength has shaped me. Your trust has inspired me. And your stories have reminded me why this work matters so deeply. To our distinguished female guests of the 4th anniversary celebration, Professor Elizabeth Obini, Dean of Student Affairs, Whole Technical University. Your commitment to student development motivates us all. To our patrons, Honorable Jocelyn Tettegah, MP for North Dying, your leadership in national politics continue to inspire the next generation. To Madam Efia Tenge, Director of Public Engagements at the Parliament House, your work has been pivotal in connecting citizens to governance. Thank you for your warm receptions at all times. We are honored and inspired. To the new voices joining us today, I welcome you with open arms. There is room for all of us in this movement. I do not take it lightly, but then I ask that you bring on board your energy, your ideas, your boldness. They are needed now more than ever. To the Youth Impact Parliament, thank you for the boldness to bet this forum and entrusting me with this role. I do not take it lightly. I step into it with open eyes, open ears, and a heart full of purpose. As we move forward, let us remember that leadership is not a destination. It is a journey, and ours is just the beginning. Your voice is valid. Your dream is possible. Your impact is needed. Ending my speech, I want to leave you with my final quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. It says, "A woman is like a tea bag. You can't tell how strong she is until you put her into hot water." Let us rise together. Let us lead together. Let us impact and transform together. God bless us all, and God bless the women parliamentarians of Youth Impact Parliament. Thank you.
Please, let's give them another here. It's just fantastic to see this growth action, and we are very happy about it. And just as Prof has stated, we want more women. Drag the women here, except your girlfriends. Thank you very much. Honourable members, getting to the peak of the program, we have here present the Municipal Director of the National Youth Authority. This is a man who has been with us since day one, monitoring us and following us. And today he has come here once again to celebrate with us. I now have the pleasure of calling upon the National Youth Authority Home Municipal Director, Mr. Charles Amenu, to speak to us. Thank you.
Standing on the existing protocols, I say happy 4th anniversary. In fact, it's an honor to stand before the August House to address you. In fact, it's encouraging meeting new faces or seeing new faces in the House. I can see Honorable Amano, Honorable Eugene, Magabis, and others are not here. Yes. But you know something? Coming together as young people is the best thing that you are doing to yourselves. We call something social capital. Whom you know. Being young people coming together with one common goal is good. Among yourselves, you identify your weaknesses, your strengths. Maybe I have something special which you do not have. The other person also have another thing special that we can put together to make a headway. So, with the current trend of social activities, we don't just come together as a group who is so much interested in leadership and governance, but we can partner among ourselves, establish our own businesses, employ other young people to solve the graduate unemployment. I will also encourage us to extend our tentacles to senior highs and a junior high in town, especially in the whole municipality. Because it gladdens my heart to see you people at the Parliament of Ghana the other time. Then I say, wow, who is making name? When I listen to Mr. President of the Senate, he has a dream of putting up an edifice that can be used as your office complex and a hot chamber. We pray that God will give all of us that strength to achieve that goal. As I've earlier on mentioned, names like Honorable McGabbins, Amano, they are not here. Definitely, some of you may also be traveling out from home after your school or whatever. But don't forget Youth Impact Parliament. Be an alumni, you can still contribute meaningfully to the development of the group. With this, I say, happy 4th anniversary. Thank you for your audience.
Thank you very much, Director, for your words of encouragement. And as you stated, YIP has the Campus Club initiative. We are actually making efforts to have a session with Ola girls, but there has been some ups and downs. So if you have some protocols for us, let's link up and extend it to their campus as well. We are really ready to do that. So we want to extend it there. When you have a way we can reach out to them, just get close to us and then we'll work on that. Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker and our guest, it's not only members from Ho specifically that are seated here. We have members residing out of town who also came. I'm aware one of us came from Cape Coast. I don't know whether he's here currently. Please, are you the one? I don't know. But if you are the one, just let us know and then we'll acknowledge you. One member as well, Godfrey Colamon from the north, has been coming. He indicated that he'll be here as well. I don't know whether he's here yet. But a couple of us are spread around the Volta region in Accra. Sorry, Kendall is in from Greater Accra, right? Yes, and also you, Greater Accra. Ada, right? Yes. Yes. So it's not only members residing in the Volta region or who that are here, but a couple, in fact, quite a number of us are out of town and we come around for our sittings. So we want to welcome all of you once again. May I notify the gathering that Channel 1 TV is here? So you better believe well. Yes. Honourable members, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to add this one, but I'll say it after this. May I, on this note, respectfully, soon to invite to the podium the Regional Director of the National Youth Authority. May I say, having two directors on the National Youth Authority is a blessing and humbling. Because if the organization the Republic has created to monitor youth organizations is here, it means what you are doing is not in the air. It's fully recognized by the structures and the constitution and the laws of Ghana. We are not wasting our time here. And as if I haven't said it before, we are fully recognized by the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana as Ghana's first bicameral youth legislature. So please, I talk finish. May I respectfully invite a man who has been there for a while to also restructure youth organizations and manage them from the hierarchy of the region, specifically the Volta region. He's a man who equally loves youths, coordinates with them, and ensure that resources that beneath or befits them gets them. He is no other person than Mr. Yao Semode. May we now have him respectfully speak to us. Thank you.
Yeah. Your Excellency, kindly permit me to stand on the existing protocols. I heard somebody say Smusa. You hear any Smusa here? Oh, that's St. Martin's Old Student Association. St. Martin's Old Student Association. I graduated in Sound. I'm an old student over there, so I'm glad. Yeah, felicities from the National Youth Authority. We are particularly grateful to be part of this commemoration of the 4th anniversary of this wonderful parliament. We believe young people coming together to form this association we call parliament is meant to break the old adage that young people are to be seen and not heard. Before, we used to think that old age comes with wisdom. So wisdom, knowledge is a preserve of those who are of maybe advanced ages. But is that the truth? I believe
giving young people opportunities to be architects and protagonists of their future, the future they desire will be created to suit what they dream about, not what someone dreams about. So we are glad as an authority to be part of what you are doing and to also join you to happily celebrate your 4th anniversary. Yes, we are glad to be here with you. We are glad to see you. But we also have the fear that there are young people out there who will also deserve to be part of you, to also share in this vision. All that I want to say is that let's avoid a situation where we'll be creating an elitist organization. There are lots of our brothers and sisters, our friends out there who do not have the privilege to share in the knowledge, to share in the information that you share in here or when you come together. Let us extend the opportunity to the head porter, the truck pusher, the ghetto boy to also come here and have an opportunity to have some sort of enlightenment, to get educated, to understand what life is about, to understand how to move to the next stage. What am I speaking about? A lot of our young people now are not interested in undergoing apprenticeship. Artisanal skills acquisition, for which Volta region used to be the champion. Everybody, everywhere, because I grew up outside Volta region. Anyone who wanted an artisan, a carpenter, a mason, would look for someone from Volta region. But today, what do we see? Even Volta region itself is going beyond the borders of Ghana to look for artisans. Is that what we want for ourselves? I don't think so. So I want to entreat the leadership of this wonderful organization to take it up as a project. Let's reach out. Let's educate people. Let's enlighten our brothers to know that the future they desire, they will have to prepare for. They only need to sacrifice a little bit of their time to undergo tutelage, to undergo apprenticeship, to learn from someone, to become a master artisan, to do a little bit of sacrifice, go to school to become the medical doctor, the lawyer you deserve for yourself. The person you see sitting at the top there, the person you see driving that Porsche car, holding that phone you are imagining you are the one holding, that person sacrificed and worked to get to that level. So young people must know that they desire a future. They wish for a future. They are dreaming about a future. Fantastic dreams. But to get to that future, unless or until you are ready to sacrifice your time, submit yourself to instruction. Now, in preparation towards that future, because you cannot just jump from the current situation to that future. You need to work towards it. Until you work towards that future, you cannot attain it. So we need to bring our brothers and sisters who will need to learn, who will need to have that understanding that they are in a stage of their life, and that stage requires that they undergo somebody's tutelage. Imagine when you were a child, going to kindergarten, going to primary, going to JSS, you were under strict control of your parents. Is that not it? From there, you move to senior high. At senior high, it's only your seniors and maybe the house master, or you still call them house masters, eh? The house mistresses, they will control you. They don't control you 24 hours. We were in boarding house. We were running away to do all sort of things. You see, from there you get to the university. Who controls you there? You see, you get that freedom, you get that liberty to do things gradually. And because that liberty is coming gradually, if you don't take care, the least mistake, you fumble. That is why we need a guidance. That is why you need to be careful how you associate yourself. When you fumble, you take your eyes off the ball and you miss it. You cannot become the medical doctor you want. You cannot become whatever you want. So we need to bring our young people who need this kind of mindset shift, who need to understand that I'm admiring that person, but that person, went through a process of waiting, a process of acquiring skills, a process of learning to become whatever that person is. So it is very important for us to make sure we extend a hand of friendship. They should come and join you, or they should just come and sit and observe. Become friends with us so that we can talk to them. Let them know that it's not late. They are still young. They need to prepare for the future they desire for themselves. I will not want to take much of your time, but I will want to encourage you to work assiduously to create a future that you desire for yourself. I see some of you rising to assume bigger responsibilities in future. Don't let it slip by. You are just setting the stage. You are just setting the stage. You will have people coming before you to speak to you as I'm doing today. Don't take some of those admonishments they give you for granted. They are meant for your good. And look out for the people you associate with. Very important. At this stage, our friends are very important. Friends are very important. And make sure you get mentors. Get people who can direct you. Get people who will be bold to tell you you are wrong. Don't, fear praise singers. Fear praise singers. Let's get good friends. Happy 4th anniversary. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Director, for this bold advice. Please do not just make any type of friend, because the friends you make, you will become one of them. A man sitting among fools becomes a fool himself. He who sits among the wise, if he's serious, will also be wise. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honourable members, I have this gist to give, Anytime we come to sittings, then some bigo is shining somewhere. Are you seeing any bigo anywhere? Very good. May I say that today, Mr. Speaker, our guest, we said we are not seeing bigo anywhere at least 300 meters close by. If we see bigo, we walk away. Yes, it was a full decision day too. That is why you can see set at your back A beautiful local bar. Oh, give them. Can't you see? Charlie, if I were to be a preacher man, I'll be very dramatic. Oh. That's why I'm not a preacher man, I'm a politician. Can't you see? I'll be very dramatic. Jesus. The thing no they come on. That's it. But apart from that, the biscuits too, we are not taking biscuits today. You don't see any. We go chop food. Food. Hey, cool, it's not free. Oh. Members paid for it. They contributed for it. So it's not free. But well, that's just to commend us how much members have invested into this program. Contributions have been done, time has been given. So we are very proud of our milestone and we are celebrating it. Mr. Speaker, our guest, before we continue getting to the peak at the program, as Mr. Speaker stated, we are not just training politicians or leaders. We are also trying to emerge the skills out of our members. And you are going to see just right now a poetry by one of our members. She's beautiful, she's smart, intelligent, and she's in the person of Senator Janet Agbaxode. She's going to give us a brief poetry recital. And then you would also, from it, learn a thing or two. So I pray thee that you give her the ear as she makes this particular poetry to us. Oh, the mic is not working. Could you speak from here? You still need to.
A poetry on women in parliament. When women rise and take their seats, the circle grows, the voices complete. They bring the truth that others miss, with strength, with care, with fearful beliefs. They shape the laws that guard the weak and lift the hope of those who speak. Their presence lights the path ahead where justice works. In parliament, when women are there, means the young girl can dream and dare. Let me take you to the Parliament of Ghana. Honorable Senator Ajima Rawlings works with wisdom flame, showing the young girl what strength can be. Honorable Jifa Ablagomashi speaks with art and fire. Her words uplift and her dreams inspire. Honorable Joycelyn Tettegah stands so young, so sure, a proof that purpose can endure. She lights the path for others to come and tells the youth, your time has come. In parliament, they break the molds, their stories loud, their spirits bold, showing the young girls that dares to dream, that she can lead and build a team of parliamentarians. Thank you.
This is beautiful. I'm actually tall of words. I'm not short of words. I am tall of words. If you understand, if you don't get it, forget about it. Yes, I'm tall of words. Good one there to both Richmond and then Janet for a beautiful spoken words and recital. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to the peak of our program and we now want to listen to one of our guests. To introduce to us our first guest of honor who will speak to us will be Gloria Goslav Kluche. She is the Assistant Clerk Affairs of the Fourth Parliament. Thank you.
Thank you. Profile of Professor Elizabeth Obini. Mr. Presiding Officers, Professor Elizabeth Obini is a distinguished academician and the current Dean of Student Affairs at Ho Technical University. With a strong background in education and student development, she is known for her dedication to monitoring young people and championing leadership growing and creating enabling environment for youth growth within tertiary institutions. Prof. Elizabeth Obini brings a wealth of knowledge and experience in institutional governance and youth engagement. Mr. Presiding Officers, may I now invite Professor Elizabeth Obini to speak to this special joint inauguration of our 4th anniversary. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Just as I said before, I'm standing on the existing protocol. Thank you. Thank you, the one who just introduced me. Everybody knows me here, except our guests or the visitors. So I am the Dean of Students. As you are all aware, those who don't know me, I am the Dean of Students Affairs of Ho Technical University. Very soon, I am in my second term in the office, and by July, I should be exiting for another person to come. Yes, thank you. All right. When I was invited, I was told I should come and talk about myself and how I got to where I am today. But looking at your theme, I think I needed to speak a little about it before I give you the gist of how I have gotten to where I am today. Yeah. Happy anniversary to you all. Those who spoke earlier, what I deduced from their speech was we are dreaming big and we want to get there. What I want to tell you is keep on dreaming big and tell yourself every day that I will get there and it shall come to pass. Building capacity, nurturing talent, and elevating female voices is not just a topic for discussion, it is a call to action. In a world where women continue to face barriers in various spheres, it is crucial that we create environments that empower women, support them, and amplify their voices. For us to do this, we have to build capacity for all women. That is why I said from my earlier speech that I am disappointed women are not here. I'm urging Mr. President to make sure that next time my appearance here, the women will be as many as the men. For us to build capacity for all women, we have to create structures and support systems that enable individuals, particularly women, to thrive. And this can be achieved through, 1, educating and training them. Thus, providing access to quality education and skills development programs is very essential. We must ensure that women have the tools they need to excel in their various fields, be it in STEM programs or in leadership roles or in the arts and so on and so forth. Also, we have to establish mentorship programs. Establishing mentorship programs or initiating mentorship programs will connect women with experienced leaders who will mentor them for growth and in confidence and network them for which they will also use to grow and excel as a woman. Number 3, we will have to implement inclusive policies. Organizations must implement policies, which I will direct to our youth leader here, who is here with us. They must implement policies to promote gender equity. This includes flexible work arrangements, parental leave for women and men as well, and equal initiatives. When women feel supported, they can fully engage and contribute to the growth of society. Secondly, I want us to nurture talents. Nurturing talent means recognizing and fostering potentials wherever it exists. This is how we'll go about it. 1, by creating safe spaces. When we create a safe space for women, it will be very important, or it is very important, that they have a safe place where they can express their ambitions, their ideas, and encourage dialogue, and then also give feedback to enhance their creativity and innovation. Number 2, by celebrating their achievements. Please celebrate women achievements. By highlighting the accomplishments of women within various organizations and the communities. This will help inspire other young women to get to where their sisters are. We have to also recognize their various roles in the society. Number 3, continuous learning. We have to encourage the culture of lifelong learning and provide workshops, training workshops, and give opportunities to professionals to come and develop us, talk to us, and help women, especially those who are deprived, to be where we are now. Just as one speaker said, let's bring on board the others from town to join us so that they can also learn and get to where we are. We will also have to elevate women's voices. When we elevate women's voices, we are ensuring that women are heard and valued in all discussions. Just as my sister came here and gave her speech, acceptance speech, let us do so for other women to learn from them. By doing so, we are representing leadership. And this is very essential to have women in decision making. And also, diverse leadership teams bring varied perspectives. Women leading gives better outcomes. We need to advocate for women to take leadership roles in all sectors. We also have to create platforms for women to express themselves. Through this, they have confidence to speak in public. Let's also create webinars and social programs that will encourage them to share ideas with others. Let us also stop the stereotypes that limit women's potentials. Let's challenge women to be who they are and bring out what is in them. To summarize this, I am saying that we should build capacity, we should nurture talents, and elevate female voices by interconnecting goals and require our collective effort. That requires our collective efforts. By investing in women, we invest in brighter, more equitable future for all of us. Let us commit to these principles and take action, ensuring that every woman has the opportunity to succeed and lead in Ghana and the world at large. I want to pause here and tell my story very short. My story is a very long one, but I'll make it very short for you to get it. I started my schooling by putting my right hand over my head like this, and I tried to stretch it to get to my ear so that I can go to class 1. Yes, and that is the certificate that brought me to where I am today. Yes. First of all, growing up, I became an orphan, or we became orphans. So I told myself I'll not remain in the village. I am from Abutiateti. If you know there, it's just close by, Sokode to Abutia. I told myself I will not stay in the village. I have to be somebody one day. Getting to class 6, those days there was home science. So my motivation in the first place was I was seeing somebody will come with paper at hand, then the person will be marking students. The students will wear white apron, and then they will be cooking, home science. Then I told myself, I'll become this woman by all means. It was in my head, and I kept it there. Then, growing up, it was hard for me to school because I have to see myself through the experimental JHS. And my siblings, I became the mother of the family, and I became a seamstress. I was sewing because without it, what will we eat? I didn't learn how to sew, but I was sewing. Then I realized that that is what God wants me to do. So I took it very serious. From experimental JHS, I came to Mauli School. From Mauli School, I was going to the 6th form. Then I said, no, let me go and wear white apron, the nurse. Then I went there. I was interviewed and I was dropped. They asked me to go and dress the wound. And I said, I can't do it. Then they told me, you can't be a nurse. So I left. And I realized that that is not my field. So coming to HTU, Polytechnic by then became a polytechnic during our regime. So we were the very first batch taken on from secondary school. I started, and it was difficult though, but normally what I do is I commit myself into the Lord's hands because we don't have aunties, we do not have uncles. We were all alone in the world. So what I do is I pray that, Lord, tomorrow morning, let someone bring fabric for me to sew so that we can eat. And lo and behold, at the time I wake up, there will be a rubber tied in front of the door. Then the person will come and say, I want the dress you were wearing yesterday, I want you to sew for me. So that is how we managed to survive. Getting to the top, I have 4-letter words that I stuck to that guided me to where I am today. And this letter word, this word is STAR, star. STAR, star. Star tells me to stop, think, act, and review. STAR, STAR. It tells me to stop, think, act, and review. It's a very simple word, but it is very effective, and that is what guided me to where I am today. When I'm doing something, I stop on the way. I'll pause a little, then I'll think about it. If I'm not getting a headway, I'll go to an elderly person. Then I will tell the person, this is what I want to do. What do you think about it? There are some people who talk you down, others will talk you up. Their words, the words that come out from their mouth, some are very destructive, some are encouraging. But as a human being, I take those that are encouraging. And when there is a word that distracts me, I drop it. Then I tell myself, me, I'll get there. I'll do this and I'll get there. And this person will see that I am there. So that is one motivation. The acting, I will act on what I think is the best for me. For example, I went to a man who is also working with here when I was taking on to teach. After my education here, I was taken on to teach in the fashion department. So I went to a senior man and asked him to advise me. I want to put up a house. Then what came from the man's mouth was very disheartening. When did you start work? How much is your salary? Look at you, you want to put up a house. Do you know what it takes to build a house? When I came out from the man's office, I stood at the downstairs. It was upstairs. I stood at the downstairs for some time. I told myself, come what may, I am going to get money and put up a house so that I'll move from where I am, because you will be sleeping then, bang, 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 and landlord will come. You people, you haven't paid your rent. Come out, pack your things and leave. I want my peace. So I'll by all means build a house and stay there for my peace. That was the encouraging words that I told myself. So I took the initiative myself and went to the bank and told them, this is my salary. I know it's not much, but I want money. Give me money. I'm working here. I'll be paying such an amount at the end of every month. They didn't refuse. They also laughed at me, looking at my meager salary then. But then they gave me the loan and I started. I became the one who carries the kombo. Yes, because I don't have money to pay the workers to come and fetch water or carry the mortar or help at the site. But through it all, I got my building. Then this very man, hey, I have heard that you have a house. And I said, yes. Hey, when did you come here and you have built a house? And I said, oh, okay. You have forgotten, but I came to you for an advice. And we ended it there. So these are some of the things that will demean you. But then you need to tell yourself, I will do it. And you will do it. That is by acting. The R, which is review. You need to also sit down and review all that you have done in your life and see which ones that will motivate you to move higher. Or then you sieve the good ones from the bad ones. If you think the good ones will help you move higher, you pick those ones and then you work on them. Doing all this, you commit everything into the hands of the Lord, because that is my motivation. I commit everything that I do into the hands of the Lord. For my PhD, it took me about how many years? I started and I was, those who will talk you down, who will tell you to stop. I went to a university in Accra, and then they gave me to a mentor. Then the mentor, I called her, "Madam, you are my mentor. I want to see you." Then she said, "Okay, I'm coming." We met. "Oh, you are here. What program?" I said, "Fashion." "Hey, who part you?" Said, "Fashion pa." And I said, "Yeah." "Adie pa." And she did like this. "Pring, pring, pring pa." And I said, "Yes." I said, "Hey, now what's just why not do mommy?" And now may they are mental. And I said, "Madam, please just guide me on what to do. I know how I go about it. That is my field." You know what motivated me to become a PhD holder in fashion? It's because of the way they look down on dressmakers. But without dress, will we all be sitting here looking nice? No, we won't. You see, so I told myself, that is my path. I didn't learn how to sew, but then I want to get to the highest point of this trade. So I left that very institution and I joined another one. And there, they helped me to achieve my aim, even though there were distractors here on campus. But I did it. And I persevered. And I wanted to get to the highest point, the peak. And that one too, I did it through the help of everybody, management, our Vice Chancellor. And I give thanks to the Almighty God for getting me to where I am now. Thank you very much. I hope this will motivate you to move from one step to the other and get to the highest level. Just as he said, all of you here are potential big men there, and I want to see you there. Thank you.
Honourable members, if you are not inspired, I am inspired. Had it been that it was a normal sitting, we would have given her like 2 hours to tell us the full story. But it is because it is an anniversary, there's a time cap. But I want to add on to it. Are you aware she was HOD for that department? And then she became the first female dean of students of Old Technical University. Are you aware? And not only that, she's among the first female professors in whole Technical University. And even in fashion, that one I'm sure is the whole Ghana. First female professors in fashion in the whole Ghana. Prof, we will deceive you if we tell you that we are not inspired by your journey. And I can say on behalf of some of the ladies here, that from listening to you, they will use the star to become the star like you are. Thank you very much, Prof. We are really, really happy. Honourable members, moving straight to our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker came purposely from Accra, and he's staying 2 nights just for the love he has for us. This is just the spice I'm giving on it. We'll have our second deputy majority whip of the parliament in the person of the Honorable Bless Agoso the twin brother to Believer Goso, who is the majority chief whip. A coincidence I don't understand, to come and introduce to us our keynote speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Profile of Mr. Gilbert Okekeboefiu. Mr. Presiding Officers, Mr. Gilbert Okekeboefiu serves as a Programs Manager at the Parliamentary Network Africa, where he leads innovative programs that promote civic participation, governance, and policy development among the youth. A seasoned development practitioner and media professional, he is passionate about empowering young people with knowledge and tools to influence the democratic process. His work at the Parliamentary Network Africa has significantly advanced youth policy advocacy and capacity building across Ghana and beyond. Mr. Presiding Officers, may I now invite Mr. Gilbert Okekeboefiu to speak to this special joint sitting in the commemoration of our 4th anniversary. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. Hello? Yeah. Okay. So I think I just have to follow suit with what the previous speakers did to stand on the existing protocols. And again, I just want to take inspiration from all the previous speakers. They said some few things that resonate with me personally. So what I'll do is that as I go along the presentation, I'll digress a little bit to touch on some few things that came up from their presentation. However, I don't intend to also keep long. I think the day is far gone, and I understand after this session, there's going to be a last session before we leave. So I'll try and be quick with my presentation. But I bring you warm greetings from the staff and management of Parliamentary Network Africa and also the leadership of the National Mock Parliament. But before I go on, let me give you a little brief about Parliamentary Network Africa. And that is also because of the story Madame shared with us. Madame's story is about being resilient, persevering, and not giving up. And these three things also resound very well with Parliamentary Network Africa. I must say that at Parliamentary Network Africa, I am among the oldest of the organization. So you can imagine, it's a young, driven organization. And I like saying this because all of us here has the potential to do something for themselves. Today, as I speak, Parliamentary Network Africa, we have a working relationship with the Pan-African Parliament, the ECOWAS Parliament, and we are working with a series of national parliaments in Africa. Last 2 years, I was assigned to the Parliament of Gambia. So I was in Gambia for almost a year, working with their national parliament, their media and civil society organization. So it's something that started small with young people, but today it's one of the most sought after parliamentary monitoring organizations in the world. And our executive director used to be one of you. Young, vibrant, student politics is his babe. And he had a national service in parliament. And then he saw the opportunity that so many things happen in parliament that we are not aware about. I mean, all that we know about parliament is the politics, the scandals, but parliament is more than that. And around that time, my background is into journalism. I've done journalism for the past 15 years. So he came to me around that time, we were already running another publication called University. So he came to me to say that, my guy, let's do something for Parliament. It's okay, let's give it a shot. And so we started the first ever newspaper purposely for Ghana's Parliament, called Parliamentary Newspaper. And when we started, we had issues with the powers that be with Parliament, because a lot of people think that Parliament is a sacred place. You can't just come in and do what you want. I mean, we had challenges, but we were fortunate because some of the leadership, including then Speaker Jaho, saw what we were trying to do. And so we had eventually unfettered access. And when the departmental heads started to realize what we are doing, because it is through the parliamentary newspaper that people now start realizing what the Hansa department is about, what the, in fact, even the public, educating them about voting proceedings, other paper, the agenda. These are things that under normal circumstances you don't get anyone teaching you about. And for some of you here, if it's not for this platform that has been provided, these terms will be foreign terms to you. And so it's one of the reasons why we have to be very appreciative of platforms like this. Our national civic education system is not working as it's supposed to be. If it is, some of these things are the things that they are supposed to be doing. And so really, we need to appreciate institutions like the YIM and other organizations out there who are mobilizing young Ghanaians and giving them the education about governance and making them part of the governance process in Ghana. So like I said, I'll be digressing in and out from my main presentation. But I thought from the inspiration and from where Madam ended that I shared this small story with you, which means that tomorrow, the next big thing could be seated here. The next big organization, the founder could be seated here. So don't give up, and don't also see this opportunity as just coming around to, do just as our MPs do, shout yeah, and go back home. But as we are seated here, and as you see the opportunities that are being created by the organization, you take advantage of that. Who knows? We may get the next big thing from here. So I go back to my presentation. So today we gather to celebrate a significant milestone, 4 years of nurturing young and vibrant minds, equipping them with skills, knowledge, and values essential for leadership. I say kudos to the leadership of the Youth Impact Parliament for coming this far. The persistent underrepresentation of youth and women in Ghana's political landscape, especially in parliamentary democracy, is a critical issue with significant ramifications. Traditionally, young people's involvement, especially during elections, has been relegated to roles like campaign volunteers or foot soldiers, including tagging in political parties. Women face even greater challenges, struggling to secure positions beyond the designated women's organizer role within political parties, let alone parliament. This systematic discrimination has fostered apathy towards governance and the rule of law among many young people, particularly due to the hurdles they face transitioning from student political engagement to mainstream civic participation. These hurdles include the rising financial demands of political activities, a lack of mentorship and support networks, and absence of policies specifically promoting youth and women inclusion in matters of parliamentary democracy and engagement. Deep-seated cultural norms often work against women's involvement, while the rising financial demands of political participation create a barrier for young and female parliamentary candidates. The lack of established networks and mentors leave them feeling isolated, further compounded by the absence of policies specifically supporting their inclusion. Unequal access to legislative education and resources within widens the gap, making it harder for them to develop necessary skills and knowledge for impactful engagement in management of Parliament. Now, let me digress a little bit here. 2 years ago, no, more than 2 years ago, we had opportunity to organize a town hall meeting for Honorable Dzameshie. I think that was in Keta or Ketu. I keep for Ketu South, yeah. And during the engagement, one of the women participants shared a story with us, the challenges she faced when she attempted to volunteer herself for get involved into politics. Her own husband discouraged her because he goes to town and people are talking. And you know, in our part of the world, insult is part of politics. Very unfortunate. But he goes to the market and people are insulting the wife, and the insult is extended to him. He has not done anyone anything, but they are just insulting left and right. And so he felt like, no, this is not something you have to get yourself involved in. And so he started discouraging her. And so at a point in time, she got fed up. And so she gave up. There were other stories like that. Other stories where families have discouraged their daughters, their sisters to go into politics. And it's one of the reasons why now in Ghana's parliament, we have the numbers that we have. Obviously, finances is also another big issue because the men most of the time happens to have the laja and the women struggle. If you don't have a godfather or a godmother somewhere, you're really going to struggle to make it by yourself into politics. And these are things that we need to be talking about. And Your Excellency and then Mr. Speaker, I think that when the Parliament meets and then the Senate meets, I want to propose that these are some of the issues that we should start talking about at this particular stage, to start coming up with ideas and suggestions and solutions in encouraging the girl child to actively participate in governance, to be actively involved in politics. Politics is not the reserves of only the male. Politics is for all of us. And indeed, if you look at the few females that have risen to the highest position in the world, talk about Ellen Sirleaf Johnson, talk about, in the US, we used to have one of their, I've forgotten her name, I think Mary something, some Albright or something. Yes. You realize that during their tenure of office, things were a bit different. When women are in the helm of affairs, they take decisions with passion. They take decisions with that motherly understanding of things. Where men will want to take decisions with egos. And in fact, people say that if we have more women in the helm of affairs, a lot of the wars that are going on in this world will not be going on. Because men would always want to take decisions with egos. With, I want to show you that I have the power. Whilst women perhaps will be looking at their children. How will this decision affect my child? And that alone can help us to solve a lot of the issues we have in this world. So let me also go back to my presentation. Like I said, I will be digressing a little bit from the presentation once in a while. So at PN Africa, we have had various interactions with young people across Ghana. We've had interactions with the Graduate Student Association of Ghana, GRASAC, the Political Science Student Association, POSA, and women group within through our gender advocacy to parliament projects. These interactions revealed a sense of rejection among young individuals eager to contribute to parliamentary processes, citing barriers such as limited knowledge of legislative procedures and practices, and challenges in finding appropriate channels for addressing concerns and contributing to parliamentary processes. Now, our work with the Parliament of Ghana has now resulted in Parliament now setting up the Citizens Bureau. which now makes it much more easier for you and I to engage with the Parliament of Ghana. One of the things that at PN Africa we've also noticed is that there is no school anywhere in the world that trains you to be a member of Parliament. There's no school like that. The closest you can have is to go and do political science, and that is even not looking at a bigger picture. And so platforms like this is a beginning of learning how to be a member of Parliament. The recent engagement that we had, that was the National Youth Mock Parliament that we had last year. And we were privileged to have His Excellency, the President of the Senate, and then the Speaker of the Parliament joining us. They were members of the National Youth Mock Parliament. One of the things that we realize is also that our young people keep learning from the quote and unquote, the bad practices of our mainstream parliament. And we really had a difficult time trying to disabuse their minds as to what parliamentary discourse should look like. And I want to take this opportunity to re-emphasize that particular point, because I see young, vibrant politicians before me. And to be frank with you, nation building does not mean that we always have to fight against each other's ideas. It's about saying that we want to go to Accra, and we have two routes to go into Accra. I say I want to take the northern route. You say you want to take the eastern route. And so we want to see which of the route is best suited to project Ghana, and not a political party. Ghana should be the main focus. Unfortunately, in our political discourse, we always find and we realize that people take certain positions that are not in the interest of this country, but are in the interest of a political party. And that is very unfortunate. And so as young people, as we are building ourselves, and eventually some of you finding yourself in our national parliament, we are appealing to you. Let the country be the first focus. Let the country be the utmost agenda on your mind. Patriotism is not something that just come by. Patriotism is something that we have to yearn for and fight for and embrace as young people. Now, let me quickly jump my presentation, because if I have to go through the entire presentation, it's going to take a lot of time. But let me indicate that as we are working with young organizations like yours, we are also working with Parliament itself. This year, about 2 months ago, we organized a strategic meeting for the Young Parliamentarian Forum and then the Women Caucus in Parliament, all in an effort to re-strategize the caucuses and also structure them in a way that they will be more impactful. One of the ideas in doing that, I think Madam mentioned mentorship, my senior man also mentioned mentorship. And they are the best people to give us that kind of mentorship, because they are there, they've done it, they are doing it. And so they are the best people to share ideas with us and inspire us to be like them one day. In fact, I think when Our Lady in her recital was touting about Senator and Joycelyn and the others. So these are people that can inspire us. But they can only do this when someone brings their attention to that. There are so many work. I mean, the various committees that they belong to has a lot of work before them. And so sometimes they lose sight of some of these things. And so we are working with them to ensure that they are able to have time for young people and mentor them to be the best politicians that they can be. As we look forward to the future, we are committed to continuing this journey. Now, we intend to doing 4 major things. We intend to refine our programs to address emerging challenges and opportunities. And here, let me also digress a little bit. One of the things that we need to be aware of, we need to be very much aware of the geopolitics going on around us. And for me, I think these are discussions that young people now need to be championing this discussion. Because if we say that we are the future leaders, and I'm not talking about only Ghana, I'm talking about Africa. Africa currently is at a crossroads, and we need young minds to lead us into the next generation. We are talking about Agenda 2063 as the major goal for the AU. How many of us here know about Agenda 2063? How many of us have heard about Agenda 2063? That is a problem with our leaders. We are talking about Agenda 2063, when at that time, most of them will be dead. And yet, the people who may carry this agenda are not even aware about that agenda. So this is a time that we need to be brought to the table in discussing issues that you and I have to be dealing with. Agenda 2063. How many of our leaders will be alive by 2063? And yet, they are the people who know about Agenda 2063. So it means that by the time you and I perhaps will take the helms of affairs of this country, we have no clue as to where we are going as a continent and as a country. And so it's about time that when we are taking major decisions that affect our country, that affect our continent, we bring the youth to the table. Now, the reason why I'm talking about geopolitics, we are having issues with the influence of France, the influence of the US, the influence of China, the influence of Russia in Africa. And for us, as a continent, we don't have a major focus, a united focus. And so these powers influence whatever happens on our continent. The question that I want to ask us, which I want us to think about, is, do we want our future to be determined by foreign powers, or do we want to have our future in our own hands? I want to repeat the question. Do we want our future to be determined by foreign forces, or do we want to have our future in our own hands? So we need to start a discussion now. We have to find ways. All places where these discussions are having, we have to be part of it. Because today, countries are signing off their natural resources to other foreign countries. And so today, when you and I become leaders, what resources are we going to work with? No, I am just trying to draw our attention to critical issues that we may not have thought about or have not started thinking about. It's about our future. As long as we are seated there, we are doing yeah. We only get there, we realize that there's nothing for us. So now, when we meet, in fact, I don't know the decisions that are taken here where it gets to, but I will be proposing that whenever you meet and you take decisions, submit copies to your local district assemblies. If possible, submit copies to the Parliament of Ghana. Let them know what you are thinking about and the things that are of importance to you. Because unfortunately, the number of people there that we can call youth are limited. And so, who is speaking on your behalf there? If there are no people there speaking on your behalf, then we have to find other channels to let them know what is on your mind. There are bigger issues to talk about, and we need to be aware about these issues. The second issue is about democracy. Now, there are discussions as to whether the democracy as we are practicing it now is good for Africa or not. There's a huge discussion going on out there that the democracy as we know it, is it good for Africa or not? So if we have to amend whatever we call democracy, have our youth voices going to count in there? Or is it still going to be the elderly people who sit and think that this is the best way for us as Africa? So I'm challenging all of us. Wherever you hear they are having major discussions, let's find ways. In fact, if they don't invite us, let's go and sit outside. When they come out, you say, okay, we also want to say our own. The Arab Spring, Arab Spring, or what they call it, when it started and it changed various governments in the northern part of Africa, right? The people behind it are young, vibrant people like you and I. Because enough is enough. There have to be a turning point. So I'm saying that your sitting here goes beyond what you think. Goes beyond coming to say yeah and going back. This is more like a revolution, but a positive revolution. You have a platform of people from various campuses, from various towns and regions. In a way, this is Ghana. And so you need to be talking about hard stuff. Let me go back to my presentation, and sorry for my keeping digressing from the main point. Now, we also want to expand our reach, engage more young people from diverse backgrounds. And I remember as a circumstance at Parliamentary Network Africa, we engage at the national and then the international level. We hardly do grassroots engagement. But we've realized that there is huge lack of knowledge about Parliament and what happens in Parliament. In fact, in some places, what their MPs tells them is what they believe, because he is the one that goes and comes and tells them. So even if that MP is the one that has been sleeping on the floor of Parliament, if he goes back and tells them this is what happened, that is what they will take it to be. And we need to change that narrative. And Mr. President and Mr. Speaker, I think one of the things that perhaps we should be doing is public education. Going out there to the schools, to the villages, to train them about what Parliament is and what Parliament is not. In fact, the lack of knowledge about Parliament has resulted in most times us electing people to Parliament that are not supposed to be there. And let me state and emphasize, if someone comes to tell you that when you elect me as a member of Parliament, I'm going to build road, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, the guy doesn't know what he's going to do in Parliament. Unfortunately, that's what has been happening. And that people don't know. Then when we elect them, they come and tell us that's not my job. So, Mr. President, I think that these are some of the discussions that we should be going out there to teach our people. So then during election time, the moment the person starts, we know, this guy, he doesn't know what he's going to do there. It is very, very important, because the kind of leaders that go there would also reflect on the kind of laws and the kind of oversight that we receive as a country. So that's very, very important. And we should also be finding resources to encourage some of the people seated here, sponsor them to Parliament. Mr. Speaker, that is also very important. And touching on that, perhaps that is where I will make an appeal to the National Youth Authority. Because you see, mobilization like this takes a lot of money, takes a lot of resources. And I believe that within the budget of the National Youth Authority, you may have something small for your activities and programs. I will encourage you that you factor programs like this as part of your budget. So at least you support this work. Because under normal circumstance, we would have expected that is the National Youth Authority organizing a platform like this. But young people have come together to organize it. So they are doing part of your work for you. And so the only thing you can do is also find resources to support the work. At least what I've seen so far and the things that they've asked so far are not anything beyond the National Youth Authority to do. And the activities they want to do, even the proposal from you that they should be going to the secondary schools and educating them, these are things that under normal circumstances falls squarely within the National Youth Authority's scope. And so partner them to partner you to work. And they've already started the work. What they need is your push. Yes. I'm sure you are smiling because you also know that this guy doesn't know what he's talking. The money. Yeah. It is exactly what we are doing. Yeah. Yeah. So we are just pleading for more partnership. That now will include Kudi, because the Kudi is very important. Okay. Now there is something that we also want to do. We want to foster global partnerships, facilitating knowledge sharing and collaboration. At the last National Mock Parliament, one of the things that we discussed is to adopt the Gambian Youth Parliament model. Now, the Gambian Youth Parliament, their model is so sweet. The Gambian Youth Parliament is acknowledged by the Parliament. The kind of acknowledgement that we have here and we are excited about it is not enough. I'm sure someone will say, what is this guy talking about? The acknowledgement from Parliament is not enough. The Gambian Youth Parliament has part of the calendar of the Parliament itself. So when the Parliament goes on recess, there is a period that the Youth Parliament also sits in Parliament. Hello? They sit in Parliament too, not in Assembly Hall. They sit in Parliament. Their president, the speaker, sit on the seat of the speaker. The MP sit on the seat of the various members of Parliament. They have full parliamentary proceedings for about a week or two. And the outcome of that sitting is included in the proceedings of Parliament as the decisions. And this is where, for us at Parliamentary Network, we think that we should be aiming at. We need to get Ghana's Parliament to also adopt that model. It's not going to be today. It's not going to be tomorrow. But it will eventually happen if we put our energies together. And that is why it's also very important to bring all the various parliament, youth models, whatever parliament it's out there, to bring them together. And so what we did is to bring the National Youth Authority Parliament, brought all the people from the other regions. We also brought together the Student Parliament model that is being pioneered by the Ghanaian Parliament, and then also the YIM, which does not necessarily fall under any of these two structures, to bring all of them together, right? So the ultimate thing is to eventually get Ghanaian Parliament to adopt that model. And so this year and hopefully next year, we are planning to have an exchange program with the Youth Parliament of Gambia, and to learn from their model, how they went about it, how they even got their national parliament to agree to make them part of the system. And this is something we also intend to do with, it's not only the Gambian parliament that has a similar model. We want to learn from other jurisdictions, even outside Ghana. And so we are looking for the resources. And when we have the resources, it is these same members of the National Mock Parliament that will attend these exchange programs to go and learn and come back and then teach our other various parliaments as we have them. So, in conclusion, to all of us here, I say your potential is limitless. Continue to dream big, innovate, and lead with a purpose. Your generation will shape the future, and we are proud to support your journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honourable members, on behalf of Mr. Speaker and I, we want to thank Mr. Gilbert Boyefiu from Parliamentary Network Africa for doing us this honors. Honourable members, Mr. Speaker, just give your remarks and I'll give the announcement and then we proceed.
Honorable members, as we draw the curtains on this anniversary, I want to express my deepest appreciation to each and every one of you for continued support and commitment to this house. Today has been a moment of reflection, and it's a reminder for all of us to work together to achieve greater impacts. To our distinguished guests who grace this occasion with their presence and inspiring words, we extend our heartfelt gratitude. Your motivational messages have undoubtedly enriched our celebration and will continue to inspire us moving forward. On this note, may the spirit of service, dialogue, and progress continue to guide us forward. Now, good day. Thank you very much.
Honourable members, my remarks is just an announcement. We want to really thank you all for staying with us since 1. This is what is going to happen from here. The house is coming to suspend so that we can go outside and take pictures. Please, after the pictures, we want you to come back and take your seat so that we can give all of you your food and then the drinks. And as we are eating, we'll do the second session. But as of now, we are coming to suspend, go outside and take picture of our guests. Please, if you want us to close early, after we are done taking the pictures, please just come and sit and then your food will be given to you. On that note, by the power vested in Mr. Speaker and I, the clerks, please hold the gavels. Hold the gavels. The sitting is hereby suspended for 10 minutes. I thank you. Let's go outside for pictures.